Okay, let's try this one. X plus 2 times x minus 2. So we're going into something new. Oh, it's not new though, huh? It's just the same thing. You can do that one. Go ahead. You don't even need me to. We've done a bunch of those. Let's just see. Yeah, 4.6 will be super easy. So try that one. Should be super, super easy for you. X plus 2, x minus 2. 2 parentheses. So you know how to do this one, right? Just the first one goes to both. X squared minus 2x. The second one goes to both. Plus 2x minus 4, like that. First to both, second to both. And then what happens in the middle? Cancels, huh? X squared minus 4. So, if you want to skip a step, you could go right from here down to there, couldn't you? Do you see when the middle will drop out? It's when these are the same two numbers, one with a plus, one with a minus. You're always going to get the plus and the minus just to be 0 in the middle. So if you want to just, when they're the same two numbers, 1 plus 1 minus, just skip. The middle's going to drop out. Just jump right to the. In fact, I just call it an FL. It's like the word foil with the O and the I missing. It's just front, front, last, last. That's all it is. We'll do those backwards into this week. And I'll say, look for the FL. We'll go from here back to there. It's called factoring. We'll do that in chapter 5. Anyway, is that good? There? Does that make sense? So it's nothing new, huh? They're just calling this section special, meaning they're just going to give you ones of the same type every time just to get you real quick. They really want you just to jump right to there. You don't have to. You can do it long. Let's try that one. So 5t minus 8, 5t plus 8. So first to both, second to both, right? But you can skip it if you want, huh? See how it's the same exact two things, one with a plus, one with a minus? When you see that, you know the middle will always drop out. But if you want to do the whole thing, go ahead. You could just do front times front and last times last. FL. Because that's what it's going to be. The OI, the middle, the OI will drop out. So front times front, 5t, 5t. 25t squared. And then 5t times 8. I'm going to do the whole thing, even though I know it's going to drop out. So that 5t is done. He went to both. First to both. And now the minus 8 is going to go to both. Minus 40t. See, there's the dropout. Minus 8 times 8, 64. So these guys drop out. And in the end, all it is 25t squared minus 64, which would just have been FL. We could have saved time just to do FL. Just front times front, 5 times 5, 25t squared. Last times last, minus 8 times plus 8, minus 64. So you can save time. If they're the same two things, one with a plus, one with a minus, you can save some time and just do the FL, the middle. The middle two, the O and the I terms, you know, F-O-I-L, the O and the I will always cancel out when they're the same exact two parentheses, one with a plus, one with a minus. It's a shortcut. It's a special product. Product means multiply. It's a special multiplication. Good? So they just want you to whip through those super quick. This will be an easy. All right, so it's 6x to the 5th. Plus 9, 6x to the 5th minus 9. So try that one. See if you can jump straight to the answer on that one. So 6x to the 5th goes to both those two. Well, actually, you know what? I can just do the shortcut, huh? I'm gonna do the shortcut this time. So when I say, okay, it's the same two things, one with the plus, one with the minus, I'm just gonna do FL. Front times front. What is just the front times the front? 6 times 6 is 36 powers add, right? Alphabet numbers multiply, powers add. And then last times the last. That'd be the plus 9 and the minus 9. Last times last, minus 81. Done. The middle, you can skip it. It'll always drop out. If you did it all out, you'd see the middle would just drop out. The O and the I. Is that good? Just do the shortcut. Boom, right to the answer. That way you'll be set up to kind of do it backwards on Thursday. Thursday we'll be looking here and go, what is that? Where did it come from? Boom. We'll be able to jump backwards. See how when there's just two terms, that means it came from the same two things twice with one plus, one minus. That's why the middle dropped out. X to the 4th plus 8x, x to the 4th minus 8x. Same two things, one with the plus, one with the minus. Can you jump right to the answer? Just FL, right? Front times front, last times last. Front times front. X to the 8th. Last times last. Positive 8 times negative 8. Negative 64. X squared, right? The powers add, 101. Done. Front, last, we're done. FL. No OI needed. Good? Just whip through these. This will be the 10-minute homework section. Fast as you can type in something different. X plus 6. The way we say that is quantity squared, meaning the whole thing squared. The parentheses, we say quantity. Rather, if I just said x plus 6 squared, I mean the squares on the 6. Because that's the last thing I said. X plus 6 squared. But that's not what we mean. We mean x plus 6 quantity squared. The whole thing squared. That's just how you would say it. Anyway, so it's x plus 6 whole quantity squared. So, are you ready? What did we learn? What did we do on the quiz today? Powers outside parentheses? What do they do? Powers outside parentheses? Multiply powers inside. What powers are inside? There's invisible ones. On both those guys, huh? So powers outside parentheses. Multiply powers inside parentheses. 6 squared. What's 6 squared? 36. So powers outside parentheses multiply powers inside parentheses. And that is wrong. But I want to make sure I show it, because tons of people do it that way. And I want to do it and say no. Not true. Now wait a minute, what's going on? I thought, right, didn't we do that last Thursday? Powers outside parentheses multiply powers inside. We had a whole bunch of them, right? Powers outside parentheses multiply powers inside. And then even the quiz today. Powers outside parentheses multiply powers inside parentheses. But not on this one. Here's the one. Let me give you one from last, what was it? Wasn't it last Thursday? 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4. Let me double check, make sure I'm, or maybe it was Wednesday. Oh yeah, it was, well, no, it was just last Thursday, never long in summer. It was, here section 4.2, it was last Thursday. Section 4.2. We did problems like, or was it? Yeah, no, it's 4.2. That's exactly what it is. We had problems like x, y squared. and we'd have like a 3 power out there. Excuse me. And that's got a 1, so we go boom and a boom, we go x cubed y to the 6th, and that was right. That was beautifully and completely correct. Power outside parentheses, section 4.2, multiplied the powers inside parentheses, and there was our answer, we were done. Why not today? Can you tell me anything that looks a little, I understand that you might not understand all the rules, that's okay. Let's just start by observing. Look at that and look at that. Are there any differences that might cause us to have to do a different rule? What's different? What's different between this and this? Well, one's got a y, one doesn't have a y, but that doesn't matter. One's got a 6, the other has a, that doesn't matter. The plus sign. That matters gigantically. You want to start thinking that way throughout the rest of this course and the entire next course. Pluses and minuses ruin all the nice rules. That's like Mr. Heron's rule. It's not quite exactly the rule, but it's pretty much. And if you have that in the back of your head, it'll help you a lot. Basically, here's the rule. It's that plus sign. That plus sign is wrecking everything. Pluses and minuses ruin the nice, quick rules and make you have to do things the long way. That's basically the deal. Let me show you. So you can't do this. You can't just multiply powers outside, powers outside, multiply powers inside, that quick, easy rule. No. Instead, so let me write it out. We're saying powers outside parentheses multiply powers inside parentheses, except not when plus or minus, then you must write 2 of them. So in other words, come over here, I have to actually write 2 parentheses. I have to do it the long way. I have to write x plus 6, x plus 6 like that. That's what a 2 power means on anything, right? It means 2 of them. So you've got to do it that way. You can't just do the quick shortcut where the power just multiplies the powers. It's just not, it's not the truth. When it comes to pluses and minuses, they wreck it. It won't be true anymore. I'll show you with numbers in a minute. So instead we got to do this. So this isn't the end of the world. I mean, I know you know how to do this. But watch out. Really common mistake is just to go x squared, 36, done. Wrong. So x squared plus 6x, right? He goes to both. And he goes to both. Plus 6x plus 36. What do we get in the middle? 12x, huh? There's the right answer. So the x squared plus 30x is close, but there's also a 12x in the middle, huh? That's the difference. Everybody see that? That's the correct thing to do. Really common mistake. I remember working with my own 2 sweet little daughters this last year and the year before, and they were doing algebra and things. And I mean, it was like all year. I'd be sitting at the kitchen table, helping them with their math course. They were taking their courses here, and they'd work this out. They'd have an x plus 6 squared, and they'd go x squared plus 36. I'd go, nope, still not true. Just like the last 27 times I told you that you did that. You know, it just took a long time. Now one of my daughters just is in calculus, and so she thinks she's all high and mighty. And I remind her, she was doing one of these, she did it the right way, and I'm like, I'm so glad to see that you don't like square the x, square the 6. She's like, I never did that, Dad. I would never do that. I'm like, no, you did that like tons of times until I corrected you forever, and now you finally have it down. So it just takes practice. Everybody does. Everybody does. So I just want to make sure you got that down. So when the 2 is on the parentheses, you got to write 2 of them like that. Well, it's because of the plus sign. I should say it that way. That's the real truth. With the plus or the minus in the middle, you can't just do the quick shortcut. And that's going to be the case, guys and gals, throughout the rest. Like next week, things are going to get ugly in here. I hope they've been nice for you so far, but they're going to get a little ugly next week. The material that is on exam 4, so next, like Wednesday, Thursday, when we're getting ready for exam 4, that's going to be bad. We're going to have fractions, x's everywhere, top and bottom, mess. And at that point, I'm going to remind you, pluses and minuses mean got to do this long thing. So it's just like always the case. Pluses and minuses make you do things the long way. The shortcut, quick rules are never allowed with pluses and minuses. All right. In fact, you already know some of that, don't you? Think about it. When it comes to what if you're multiplying fractions like this, versus what if you're adding them? Which is easier? What do you got to do when you're adding fractions? What do you got to do? Can you just add them right now? 2/5. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. Done. 2/5. Can't do that, can you? Can you do that for multiplying? Can you just go boom, boom? 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 3 is 6. Is that okay for multiplying? You seem unsure. Yeah, yes. That's totally fine. Right? That's right. Multiplying is cake. Just do it. Well, but they're not common denominator. Who cares? We're just multiplying. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 3 is 6. Done. Who cares about multiplying, about common denominator multiplying, but adding? Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no. Or subtracting. Same thing, right? Adding or subtracting. Go, no, no, no. No, no, no. Common denominator. We're not adding until they match. Top and bottom by 3. Top and bottom by 2. Right? 3, 6. I'll go back to plus. Plus 2, 6. Whoops, that's supposed to be 6. That's a 6. All right. 5, 6. There we go. Right? And that's all the way through. Adding, subtracting is all the hard rules in algebra. Multiplying never matters. Just do it. But adding, subtracting is picky. All right. So. Okay. So a minus 15 has. There's a 2 power, so what do we got to do? With a minus sign anyway, you got to write 2 of them, right? So write 2 of them. The 2 power on the parentheses mean write 2 of them. And FOIL that out. So 2 power on the parentheses means write 2 of them. So he's done. There goes to both. And this guy goes to both. 2 negatives make positive. What's that? 225 fourths. Just choose calculator, right? 15 times 15, 2 times 2. Is that okay so far? Okay with those fractions, those results? It's a squared, and then minus 15 halves a, minus 15 halves a. What do we do with those 2 in the middle? They have common denominator, right? So we can do it, right? So minus 15 and minus 15 make minus 30. You just keep the common number. That's going to become minus. They're going to divide and be just minus 15 in a second. But so far, so good. Everybody see that? What happened there, right? They have common denominator too. So minus 15 and minus 15 make minus 30 halves, A. And then that's just minus 15A. And we're done. Is that okay? Questions on that one? How are we doing out there? I'm not getting much back from you. Should I speed up? Should I slow down? Is that good? I don't want to go too fast. Don't want to go too slow either. All right, I'll keep moving. You stop me though if I'm... All right. So x to the fifth plus 2 squared. So what does that square mean we're going to do? Can I just square the 5? Powers outside multiply powers inside? Not with the plus sign. You gotta write 2 of them, huh? So because of the plus sign. So FOIL that out. First to both, second to both. So x to the 5th goes to both. X to the 10th plus 2x to the 5th, right? First to both. And then second to both. Good. So far, so good. And then this is these 2 in the middle combine. 4, and the power, we don't change the powers though, right? We just add the numbers in the front. Don't mess with the powers. And there we go. This is just a 4. No questions? That good? So it would be wrong, wouldn't it? It would be wrong to take this power and just say, I'm just going to multiply the power, multiply the power. It's just x to the 10th plus 2 squared, or 4. That's close. You do have x to the 10th, you do have 4 in the end, but you'd be missing the middle term, huh? So powers, so you guys finish the sentence for me. Powers outside parentheses do multiply powers inside parentheses unless we have what? Plus or minus. Right? Powers outside parentheses do multiply powers. You know, in the next test, you're going to have both types. The kind where you can do that and the type where you cannot do that. So you need to know that difference. Of course, the final, you got everything. So powers outside parentheses multiply powers inside parentheses unless we have pluses and minuses. Like pluses and minuses always do, they wreck the shortcut rules. We're never allowed to do anything shortcut. Why not? Why did math make that rule so hard like that? They wanted, it's job security, and we thought we'd make the rules hard. I'm just joking around. Why, really, I mean, really though, what's the real answer to that? Why did math make those rules so hard? And I hope you know there's no such thing as math, which made up rules. There's what? Who sits on the throne of math? Truth. It's just the truth. I can prove it to you with numbers. Just take like 1 plus 2 and put a, well here, let me do a new paper. Let's just go 2 times 3. Let's go 2 plus 3 squared, and then over here, let's go 2 times 3 squared, right? I'm telling you in one of these cases, in which of these 2 cases are you allowed to let the powers, we'll call this case A, case B. In which case, A or B, are you allowed to let the powers outside multiply the powers inside? B and B, because there's no plus or minus, it's just times. So here it's okay. What I'm saying is it's okay, there's 1 powers here, right? It's okay to just go 2 squared, 3 squared. That's right. Over here, if you went 2 squared, 3 squared, that's not right. let's just prove it's true. Just work out the numbers. This would be 4 plus 9, 13. What is this really? Aside from all fancy math rules, isn't that 5 squared? 2 plus 3 is 5. I don't need some fancy rule to tell me that. And what's 5 squared? 25. And 8, 13. See, it's just not true. But over here, is it true? Is it really true? I mean, this is what? 4, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9. 4 times 9 is 36. Now, is that what this really is, though? Let's do this one the same way we did that. What is it really? All fancy rules aside. 2 times 3 inside the root. 2 times 3. 6 squared. Yeah, true. See how it's just true when you got times, and it's just false when you don't? It's just the truth. Math is just following the truth like a hound dog, following the scent wherever it may go. When you have pluses or minuses inside parentheses, it's not true to let powers outside multiply powers inside. It's just wrong, as we can see right here. But it's okay. You got times in there. It's true. All right. So there.
And you still can use it.
I bet you got that store there or on cooler and the fridge.
Is it the one next to the restaurant?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I go there a lot.
Yeah, that's it.
But there's a restaurant right next to it.
Do you guys have fun plans for 4th of July?
Yes.
I don't know, the big guy's baseball game. My mom went.
Baseball game? You gonna go see the rock?
No, I'm playing.
Oh, you're playing a baseball
Yeah.
game. Oh, what kind of baseball you play? Just softball team or?
Oh, no, outside, adult league.
Okay.
Yeah.
Softball, adult league, or
Fastball.
fastball? Fastball, hardball?
Yeah, baseball.
That's fun. I didn't know there was hardball adult leagues.
Yeah, usually on Sundays, but we got a rescheduled game that's gonna be smaller July. With another morning.
That's fun.
Right next to it.
Wow.
Hopefully that goes well.
I thought those were just softball. Everybody just plays
No,
softball.
there's softball, yeah, there's softball, legal, basketball.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, yeah. I think only the
for regular baseball.
For regular, yeah.
It's just everybody, because I'm like spices.
Yeah, yeah, but
Like men's basketball club.
Okay.
State.
Uh-huh.
For 1 year, and I want to do a tryout here at the baseball team here.
I see.
That's why I'm just gonna get ready, see if that works out.
Good deal. Good deal. That's fun. All right, shall we pick it up? Here we are. Let's try number 9. So what do we do with that 2 on the parenthesis? We write 2 of them, right? Because of that plus sign, we're not allowed to do the quick shortcut of just letting the power outside multiply the powers inside. With the plus or minus, we have to write 2 parentheses and do the whole FOIL thing, because that's what's true. Can you take it from there? So that 6 goes to both. 36 plus 18y to the 8th. And then this 3y to the 8th goes to both. 18y to the 8th plus 9y to the 16th, right? The powers add. Like that. We good so far? These 2 in the middle add 36y to the 8th. And we're done. Oh, and they want descending order. So that means we have to put the biggest power first and then the smaller. So I got to swap these 2, don't I? This guy and this guy got to trade. 9y to the 16th. Like that. Has to come in the front and 36 in the back. Is that good? On that? Any questions on that? No questions? All right. All right, so 8x to the 7th minus 1/8. 8x to the 7th minus 1/8. Can you do that one? So just be careful. Remember, when a whole number multiplies a fraction, it goes to the top because it's over 1, right? Good. So I'll jump in there. So 8x to the 7th times 8x to the 7th. 8 times 8 is 64. Powers that. Now, what about 8x to the 7th times 1/8? It's just going to be minus 1, right? Because 8x to the 7th times 1/8, the 8 over 1, the 8's cancel, don't they? Right? A whole number 8 times a 1/8, the 8's cancel. All right. And then this guy goes to both. Minus, again, 1x to the 7th minus, no, plus 164 times 8 is 64, right? When the fractions multiply. We good to there? This making sense? And then the middle two are like terms. Minus 2x to the 7th. Minus 1 is minus 2. And there we go. Questions on that? Good. All right, I'm going to move on.